There we go. Okay, so you're going to produce an outline of your paper by grouping and dividing the information into distinct areas of discussion. So as you're doing your paper, you want to group the information as you find it so that you don't have to go back and do it all over again. This makes it easier so that as you have places to put the information as you go, so you don't have to try and find it as you write your paper. It's all right there for you. Okay? There's different ways of doing it. Everyone can do it in their own way as long as it's grouped. You can use alphanumerics, Roman numerals, whatever, as long as it's grouped in informational categories. Okay? Outlines are not set in stone. That does not have to be your end-all of your paper. Okay? It's mostly to help you narrow and keep yourself focused on the topic and where you're going with things. It's a roadmap of ideas. It's not the paper itself. It's not the end of things. It's just to keep you on track. Okay? For you, I want you to follow this basic formula. You can use your own numeric system. You can use headers. I don't care as long as you do it. The biggest thing is to focus on the question. What is your topic on the biggest level? What is the discussion that you're talking about on the big picture? What's the overarching idea that you're talking about in this paper? All right, this would be your person that you're talking about and why they're a hero, right? Okay. Then what are the topics you'll cover? Oh no, sorry. Does the discussion break into 2 or 3 major areas of discussion within that? How do you break down the information about your person and what they did that was heroic? What topics are you going to cover in those areas itself? How do you narrow that down? And what sources are you going to draw information from? So, first of all, what are some major areas that you guys can write in about your hero? So your hero is your overarching theme, right? Yes. Politics? Are they involved in politics? Oops, I can't write. Are they involved in politics? Is there something that they helped with politically? Okay, what might be something else that's a major topic? Yeah. Social. Social heroism, the impacts they make socially, culturally. Okay, what else? Economical. What are some other issues or major areas you can break up your report into? Good. Is there a religious influence or impact that they have? Some of them, yes. Some of them, maybe not so much. This doesn't mean all of you are going to use all of these. Yes. Intellectual. Meaning what? What can we do intellectually?
Impact the community, or like how it influences students.
Okay. Students, their impact on students, maybe their education and how it impacted them. Okay. What else can you divide it into? What are some other areas of topic that you could work with your person? Artistic. Okay, what else? What about who they are as a person? So you could have background, how they were raised, their family life, who they were inspired by, what influenced them as a person, who were their heroes, what was the literature they read, what maybe books or poetry did they read. If you look at Mahatma Gandhi and people like that, they were inspired by Thoreau and Walt Whitman and people like that to inspire them into civil disobedience and their ideas that led to the great things they did. So who were they inspired by, raised by? What was their career and education? What else could we do? The paper is about what? How they're heroes. So maybe talk about the things that they have done. Hero, yes. deeds, accomplishments, service. Whatever it is that they did that's heroic, why they're heroic to us. What is it that they did? Yes. Yep. Connections to us without getting, in my opinion, our eyes, and there's making it general, but connections to us.
It'd be like answering the so what question.
Exactly. The so what factor. Good. Now, does this mean that you're going to use all of these or any of these? Maybe you'll come up with other big issues or ideas, major areas of division in your own paper? Yeah. But that's an idea of what to go for. So you're going to pick the things that you're going to talk about. Don't get too broad. Don't get too big. Don't take on too much. Give yourself something narrow. So picking out 2, 3, maybe 4 at the most of things you're going to talk about. So when I was given Thomas Malthus, here's my actual paper. You can see my handwriting has not improved that greatly since I was in school. So my big topic is Malthus, Thomas Malthus. My 8 major areas of division that I was talking about is the debate on population versus resources. Then Malthus on the debate and how he influenced it and what he did for it. The political influence that he had based on the debate and the things that happened because of him and because of the ideas he had out. And then his current influence on debate and its ideas. Something that's not included here that I did do was I also put background of him. I did a short, brief introduction paragraph on him as well, but that's not included on here. But my final paper did do that. So this just basically gave me a place, and then I had spaces where I'd put my sources as I found them.
So you like do the main topic and then use the space.
Leave space, yeah, to put your information as you go. So as
How many main topics do you want to
2, 3, 4 at the most. I don't want you to get too much.
do? Okay.
2, 3, 2 big ones if you're going to do really, in-depth analysis of what they did, things like that, and their impact on things. 3 if you want to give background, their heroic deeds and their impact. Okay, that would be where I would go with it, but it's up to you guys, and I'm just going to follow up and make sure you're going in the right, that you're getting enough out of it. Okay, so I used the same one source in all of my categories. I was able to use one source for all of them, and I put that down for myself. Some of them only work in certain categories, and I listed them there. And then as I got going into my paper more, I was able to go back and go, okay, where am I looking for my information? So I don't have to read through it all over again. I don't have to file through it. I go straight to that piece because I know where it's at. And then as I teach you, as we go through annotation and stuff this week, then I annotate it and I mark things so that I am able to easily find the information again too. This simply gives me a guide as I go to write my paper of where to go look for the information. Okay? So that's all I'm asking you guys to do by Wednesday, is to have this basic of an outline. You don't have to have filled in even your sources yet because we haven't found your sources yet, or you might not have gotten to them yet. But give yourself an outline of the big major issues that you're going to talk about, and leave yourself space to put the sources as you go. By Wednesday, bring it to class. Questions? Tomorrow we're going to go on to essential questions, and that'll help guide you as you are doing your research. You're going to do a lot of research on your own at home, and we're going to work on the literature stuff in class. So the research paper is getting a lot of work. It's going to be done on your own at home. Okay? You just have to be ready for it. Yes? A movie can be a source, especially if it's a documentary or a docudrama based on them. Just make sure you filter out fact and fiction when you get into it. And you can bring that up as you do it in your paper as well. Okay? Yes?
Will we be doing a PowerPoint presentation?
No, you're writing a paper.
And then
So we're just turning it in, not like presenting it?
Nope, you're just writing a major research paper. Yep. Yep. MLA format, exactly. Any questions about what to do for your outline? Pretty basic, pretty simple. You're not going to be working on it much in class. I'm just going to go over each step, and then you guys are going to do it on your own at home. I'm just going to give you the steps to go through. All right? Again, this is that weaning you off into college life on your own stuff, okay?